Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Lawrence Welk Show, celebrating more than 50 years on television. Now sit back and enjoy the show selected especially for public television.
Hello, I'm Mary Lou Metzger. Welcome to the Lawrence Welk Show. The program you're about to see, Halloween Party, was taped in 1978. On this show, we'll see a special dance number by Bobby and Cissy that demonstrates how Satan takes a holiday. Ken Delo inspires us with his song, Put on a Happy Face, and Arthur Duncan does a special tap number to Dry Bones. At the end of our program, I have a very special visit with Welk star Jack Imel. Jack's sense of humor will keep you in stitches with some of his fascinating stories about the Lawrence Welk Show. So stay with us. And now, here's the maestro himself, Lawrence Welk.
Thank you. Well, well, well. What a beautiful audience we have this evening. A pleasant good evening, my dear friends, and welcome to our Halloween party. It looks like we're all going to have lots of fun this evening. First, let's hear from our band and that old black magic. Gentlemen, 1 and 2 and... Come in. Take over.
Thank you very much, Mr. Welk. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a beautiful song that was an Academy Award-winning song, and I think it's just perfect for our show. The shadow of your smile when you are gone will color all my dreams and light the dawn. Look into my eyes, my life, and see all the lovely things you are to me. Our wistful little star, once far too
kissed your lips, and so did I. Now when I remember spring, all the love that love can bring, I will be remembering the shadow of your smile. Now when I remember spring, all the joy that love can bring, I will be remembering the shadow of your smile.
Tom Netherton from Bloomington, Minnesota. It's been such a pleasure to have Tom with us for the past 5 years, and he's also doing so very well with his personal appearances. We can always count on something special by Cissy and Bobby. They're joined by the phantom of the organ, Bob Ralston. Our country gal Ava Barber joins the party with a Western song that seems to have the right flavor for this Halloween show.
Oh, the wayward wind is a restless wind, a restless wind that yearns to wander, and he was born the next of kin, the next of kin to the wayward wind. In a lonely shack by the railroad track, he spent and the wayward wind is a restless wind, a restless wind that yearns to wander, and he was born the next of kin, the next of kin to the wayward wind, the next of kin to the wayward wind.
Thank you all. Here's a great song, Misty by the late Errol Garner. And our great clarinet man, Henry Cuesta, plays it for you. Henry? There is a great, great clarinet man. Anacani has a pretty song I know you will all enjoy. The title, Magic, is the Moonlight.
Muñequita linda, de cabellos de oro, de dientes de perlas, labios de rubí. Dime si me quieres como yo te adoro, si de mí te acuerdas como yo de ti. Y a veces escucho un eco divino que envuelto en la brisa parece decir: si te quiero mucho, 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 tanto como entonces, siempre hasta el morir, siempre hasta el morir, hasta el morir.
Assistant! Assistant!
Yes, master.
We have a real problem. The Queen has commanded that I, Merlin the Magician, conjure up a happy face for myself. Imagine me with a happy face.
Yes, master. Oh, no, master.
Anyway, her command is my wish, or her wish is my command. I always got things goofed around like that. Let's give it a try anyway. Now we try a little ear of toad. Ha. And little... that ear of toad smells good. And tail of tiger. And paw of pussycat. And a little Isle of Capri. And now, abracadabra. Didn't work. Still a sourpuss. Oh, well, back to the drawing board. Maybe a magic trick would help, huh? Here we go. Empty box, right? Empty box. With the magic wand, I shall make the box full. Magic wand. Oh, but gray sky. Maybe I won't. You take this. Gray skies are gonna... Try now. Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your you did it. You'll look so good that you decided to smile. Take out a pleasant outlook and stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look and slap on a happy grin. Oh boy. And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Let's try another trick. I'm Merlin the Magician after all. Empty bag, right? Empty bag, empty hand, empty head. And watch, red. Aha! Magic, huh? Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Take out a pleasant outlook and stick out that noble chin. Slap on a happy grin and spread sunshine. What the heck? All over the place. Just put on a happy. Make sure it's a happy. That's it. Put on a happy face. Abracadabra. It worked. Didn't work again. Boy, what are we gonna do?
Like all of you folks, I have my favorite songs. I hope you don't mind if I go way back to 1927, the year I started my band, for one of my favorites, Make Believe, with Norma Zimmer and Jimmy Roberts.
Wake up. You're walking in your sleep.
Oh, no, I wasn't sleeping. I was only pretending.
The game of just supposing is the sweetest game I know. Our dreams are more romantic than the world we see. And if the things we dream about don't happen to be so, that's just an unimportant technicality. We could make believe I love you.
believe that you love me.
Others find peace of mind in pretending.
Couldn't you?
Couldn't I? Couldn't we? Make believe our lips are blending in a phantom kiss or two or three. Might as well make believe I love you. For to tell the truth, I do.
Well, that sure kept Arthur Duncan hopping. Let's see what Guy and Ralna have for us that fits the show.
Something real pretty.
I look at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me.
It's that old devil moon that you stole from the skies. It's that old devil moon in your eyes.
You and your plans make this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night, blazing their light, can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. You got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride, full of butterflies inside. Wanna cry, wanna croon, wanna laugh like a loon. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free as a dove, oh, devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me with
I love the way Guy and Ralna sing that Old Devil Moon. At the end of our program, be sure to stay with us for a fascinating visit with the incomparable dancer and choreographer Jack Imel. And now, back to the show.
Kids always look forward to Halloween and a little fun. Sometimes they get a few surprises.
Scarecrows! They must be kidding!
They couldn't scare a flea.
I beg your pardon.
Really? Oh! Kids, I don't know what's wrong with these kids today.
Kids who can understand anything they say.
Kids, they are so ridiculous and so immature.
A noisy, crazy,
Sloppy, lazy loafers.
And while we're on the subject, kids,
You can talk and talk till your face is blue.
Kids, but they still do just what they want to do.
Why can't they be like we were, perfect in every way?
What's the matter with kids today? Why can't they be like we were, perfect in every way?
What's the matter with kids?
I say, what's the matter with kids? Nothing's wrong with these kids today.
Those lively scarecrows were Mary Lou Metzger and Jack Imel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to our fine saxophone section. The song, Stars Fell on Alabama. Gentlemen, 1 and 2 and...
Our fine saxophone section. Me and My Shadow sounds like a natural for a Halloween show, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this novel treatment by our singers, arranged and conducted by Bob Ballard.
Griswold twins and the Aldrich sisters are winning new fans every week. Here they are getting into the spirit of our show.
And no cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, a-plowing through the ragged skies and up a cloudy draw. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yi. Ghost riders in the sky. Their brands were still on fire and their hooves was made of steel. Their hearts were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky. For saw the riders coming hard, and heard their mournful cry. Yippee-yi-yi. In the sky, the riders looked on by him as he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell or riding on a range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with a shoe and ride. They're trying to catch the devil's head, across his in the skies. Yippee-yi-yi. In the sky, yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yi, Ghost riders in the sky, in the sky.
Wonderful to have those kids with our musical family. Joe Feeney has a pretty Irish lullaby that's quite appropriate for this show, with Bob Ralston at the organ.
Thanks, boss.
Hush-a-bye, wee Rose of Killarney, Tooley-oo, Tooley-ay. Rock-a-bye, wee Rose of Killarney, Tooley-oo, Tooley-ay. Sure, the angels will watch you until break of day, so the goblins and banshees can't steal you away. So close your eyes, wee Rose of Killarney, Tooley-oo, Tooley-ay. Tooley-oo,
Joe Feeney and Bob Ralston. Well, it's house cleaning time at our Halloween party, so let's see if our magician can conjure up some domestic help.
Okay, Merlin, you got one more shot at it. Now, come on. The Queen wants you to conjure up a happy face, or she'll shove your head in that pencil sharpener again. Here we go. Wait a minute. Ah, yes, a little bit of basil. A little Sunoco there. And a little bit of thyme. Huh. Oh, I got thyme on my hands. Oh. Wait a minute. Now it's going to work, huh? Abracadabra! Huh? Oh, boy, worse than ever. Assistant! Huh? She's never here when you need her, never here. I know, my witches. Witches! Where are they now? Aha, yes. No wonder I can't hear the result. This place is a mess. Clean it up.
Leave it to us.
This old house is a-getting shaky. This old house is a-getting old. This old house lets in the rain. This old house lets in the cold. On my knees I'm a-getting chilly, but I feel no fear, no pain, 'cause I see an angel peeking through a broken window pane. Ain't you gonna need this house no longer? Ain't you gonna need this house no more? Ain't got time to fix the shingles, ain't got time to fix the floor, ain't got time to oil the hinges or to mend no window pane. Ain't you gonna need this house no longer? I'm a-getting ready to meet the saints. This old house is afraid of thunder. This old house is afraid of storm. This old house just groans and trembles when the night wind flings its arms.
This old house is a-getting feeble. This old house is a-needing paint.
Just like me, it's tuckered out, but I'm a-getting ready to meet the saints. Ain't you gonna need this house no longer? Ain't you gonna need this house no more? Ain't got time to fix the shingles, ain't got time to fix the floor, ain't got time to oil the hinges or to mend no window pane. Ain't you gonna need this house no longer? I'm getting ready to meet the saints. Ain't you gonna need this house no longer? Ain't you gonna need this house no more? Ain't got time to fix the shingles, ain't got time to fix the floor, ain't got time to oil the hinges or to mend no window pane. Ain't you gonna need this house no longer? I'm getting ready to meet the saints.
Much better. Be gone, be gone. Now. Ha-ha. Last chance here. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. Oh, you did it, Merlin. You're going to do it this time. Abracadabra! I made it! I made it! At last, a happy face!
In the still of the night, as I gaze from my window at the moon in its flight, my thoughts all stray to you. In the still of the night, while the world is in slumber, at the times without number, darling, when I say to you, do you love
An Irish clock dance may seem out of place on a Halloween show, but at least the title is timely, Dancing the Devil Away, with Myron Floren, Sissy and Bobby. Friends, you may know this next selection as a concerto by Rachmaninoff or by its popular title, Full Moon and Empty Arms. We thought you folks would enjoy a concert arrangement featuring our band and singers, George Cates conducting.
So much for coming to our Halloween party. Our special guest today is the most creative man I've ever known. In addition to being a singer, a dancer, a drummer, a marimba player, and a wonderful choreographer, Lawrence Welk thought so much of him that he made him the associate producer of his television show. It's the one and only Jack Imel. Hey, Jack.
Thank you, Mary.
So glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad to be here, too.
So tell me, how did you ever get started performing, and why in the world did you choose the marimba?
The marimba. I wondered that myself. I was blessed with wonderful parents, and they got me started taking tap dancing lessons when I was 4 years old. My mother made me practice. My father paid for the lessons. And when I was about 7 years old, they took me to Fort Wayne. I'm from Portland, Indiana, by the way. And they took me to Fort Wayne to audition for a radio show. It was a talent show, but you had to audition to be one of the contestants. And after the audition, they told my mother, they said, well, your boy's a pretty good little tap dancer, but tap dancing's something that you have to see.
Right.
It really doesn't work too well on radio. They said they were sorry, but I wasn't quite what they were looking for. Well, that night, driving home in the car, my mother looked at me and she said, Jack, you got to learn to play a musical instrument. She thought a second. She said, but it's got to be one that you stand up when you play it. She thought a minute. She says, but you're going to tap dance while you play it. She thought a second. She said, a xylophone. That's the answer. Okay. I came home from school about 3 weeks later, and I walk in the house, and there's a xylophone sitting right in the living room. And I knew what she had talked about, she was pretty serious about. Now, my mother played a little piano. A piano keyboard and a xylophone keyboard are the same. Right. And she knew the notes and the chords to a song called Bye Bye Blues. She took some tape, and she taped some of the keys on a xylophone. Now, if I hit these keys that's got tape on them in the right order, I can play Bye Bye Blues. And the lessons began. I'd hit a note, she'd say dance. I'd hit another note, dance. Another note, dance. Well, after about 6 months of this, I can finally get through one course of Bye Bye Blues, and I can tap dance and play the xylophone at the same time. And she's able to book me at the Moose Club there in Portland. And I'll never forget that night, just before I went on, I guarded that xylophone with my life. Because if somebody had come along and taken some of the tape off those keys, I'd been in real trouble.
So your mother was the architect of your career.
Well, she's the one that got me started. She came up with a combination. It went pretty well for me that night, too, except for one thing. They wanted an encore. I think I played Bye Bye Blues 3 times that night. But that's how it started.
How did you happen to go with Horace Heidt?
Horace Heidt. Well, I was... when I got out of high school, I attended the music conservatory in Indianapolis called the Arthur Jordan Conservatory. It's affiliated with Butler University there. And I read in the paper where the Horace Heidt show was coming to Marion, which is just a few miles away. You know, Horace Heidt and his musical nights was one of the most popular bands in the country in the 30s and 40s.
And he was also a creative showman.
Yes, he was. He was a great deal like Florence. And... but in 1950, he had a television show, and it was called Horace Heidt and His Youth Opportunity Program. He traveled all over the country looking for talent. So I tried out for the show, and he took me as a regular member. I was with Horace Heidt for almost a year. The Korean War came along, and it looked like I was going to be drafted. And I told Horace that, and he said, Jack, what you ought to do is, what time you got left, go home, spend it with your parents and your friends. And that's exactly what I did. I went home, spent a few months at home, and I joined the Navy.
So you were still in the Navy when Lawrence found you?
Yes, I had 2 weeks left, yeah.
I remember your first show in your Navy uniform.
That's right. I sent him a tape of my marimba playing, and I get an answer from him about 2 weeks before I'm to be discharged. He said he'd heard the tape, and he wanted me to come to the Aragon Ballroom in Santa Monica. He wanted to hear me play some more. So I went there, and he seemed impressed. And he said, Jack, he says, we don't have that instrument in the band. He said, said, we might find a place for you in the orchestra. He said, no, I'm not promising anything. He says, I have to talk this over with my staff. He says, but we do want you on the television show the next week, and I want you to wear your Navy uniform. See, he was thinking already. So I went on went to the ABC there in Hollywood all day long. Nobody says a word about joining the show and all. And I thought, well, they changed their mind, but it was just a thrill for me just to be making an appearance. I did 3 numbers that night, and after the second number, he walks up to me and he says, Jack, you're getting out of the Navy in about 2 weeks, he says, and when you do, I want you to report to me because you are now a permanent member of the Champagne Music Makers. Of course, I was pleased, and we were live in those days.
What a thrill.
My parents saw it, my wife saw it, and I saw it live, and I think through the years that I was with Lawrence, 25 years I was with him, people probably remember that, you know, the most of anything that I did. Because, you know, he took a sailor and he puts him in television. I'd been on the show about 5 weeks. And it suddenly dawned on me that I only had about 5 or 6 marimba solos worked up that I thought were good enough to play on this television show. I'd been an act all my life. You know, when you're an act, you can do the same material for years. But with television, you have to come up with something new every week. And after I've done these 5 marimba solos, what am I going to do now? This means that I've got to work up a new marimba solo every week.
Right.
And if I want those solos to be as good as the numbers that I've been playing for years, I only had a week to do it.
Right.
He said, well, Jack, everything you play doesn't have to be fast and furious. He said, play something slow. We'll put a nice arrangement behind it, and it'll be fine. I started doing that, and in fact, it worked out. I got sometimes more comments on something slow rather than something that was, like he would say, fast and furious. But what Lawrence had taught me, and he taught me this meant more to me than anything else he ever taught me. Simplicity. Keep it simple. Don't try to play over your head. Make sure the audience can understand it. And I've tried to live by that rule ever since, Marion.
Well, I know how proud Lawrence was of you.
Yeah.
I mean, associate producer, that's saying a lot. That's a big vote of confidence. And you've certainly graced my life.
Well, we had some fun doing numbers together. Really, Mary,
We had.
You lit up like a Christmas tree out there.
They were your ideas, kiddo. Thanks so much, Jack. You've been such a wonderful guest. And thank you so much for supporting us for so long on public television. Until next time, as Lawrence always said, keep a song in your heart.